What's going on, you dipping crackers? Grizz Stokenhagen 166 back here for another dip review. And what are we reviewing today? Well, as I'm sure you can already tell from the title, Stoker's Long Cut Natural. I already did the Stoker's Wintergreen review, as you saw, and now I want to review this. This stuff, actually really good. I'll get more into it, obviously, as we get into the review. So right now we're just going to pack us a fat hog and pull it straight out of the tub again, because you can do that with Stokers. You don't even need to pack it, but we'll throw in one. Let me see. Let me get a good size one. I don't want to take a pussy pinch on camera. That wouldn't be any good. It's pretty decent. So this stuff, and when you open up to smell it, well, we'll talk about that, I guess. Smell, you open this tub up, and I guess with any Stokers, I mean, I've only had this in the wintergreen, but from what I've heard, with most Stokers you get, smells pretty strong of everything, even the natural. Usually naturals, they don't really smell a whole lot until you get them like really close up to your nose, but this stuff, I mean, it can, you know, if you leave it open for long enough, it can fill up an entire room with the smell of it. So, but it smells very salty. It's a very salt. It's probably the saltiest natural dip out there. It's much saltier than Copenhagen Extra Long Cut Natural, Grizzly 1900. And not a lot of people consider these natural dips, but I still kind of do. They are called original, so I mean, I guess that's kind of supposed to mean pretty much natural, but Copenhagen Snuff and Copenhagen Long Cut, they don't smell quite as salty as this stuff, and yeah, it's really salty smell. It's not a bad smell, it smells pretty good, but in my opinion at least, but so into the taste, it smells salty, so it tastes pretty salty too. Definitely much saltier than any of the other naturals, as I mentioned before, but it's a good saltiness. I like salty stuff. I put salt on a lot of food, which, no, it's not that good for me. Plus, I'm absorbing it through dipping too, but because I mean every dip has salt in it, but you know, pretty good. You can definitely taste the tobacco in there, which, I mean, that's expected with a natural. It's supposed to taste like natural tobacco. You can taste that in there, but saltiness, you don't taste naturalness as much as you would with Copenhagen or Grizzly or any of those, but you still taste it, so it's good. It's just a little saltier than the rest of them, so if you don't like salty stuff, if you don't, you know, put a lot of salt in your food or eat a lot of salty foods, then I may not recommend it, but, you know, I think it's pretty good if you can get your hands on it. You know, it's just like wintergreen. It was like $10 down here in Tennessee. I don't know. I mean, it varies depending on where you live. I think Joey Led's actually, he's paying like $30 for the tub. That's just ridiculous, but I mean, then again, he pays like $10 for a can of Skull too, so I guess that's kind of expected, but into the packability, again, with Stokers, you know, I mentioned with the wintergreen, you don't even have to pack the shit. You can grab the tub, pull a pinch out, totally fine, no floaters. I mean, at first you get a few, but you just add them to the pile, pack them right on top, and you're good, you know. You can have dip in for quite a long time and still not get any floaters, so it packs together really well. Talk about abrasiveness on the gums. Since it is saltier than a lot of dips, that makes it a little bit more abrasive. I'm not really feeling anything too bad right now. But if you dip it a lot, I've noticed that I've packed it in the little pocket can, and I would dip the whole can over the course of the day, and that would be all I dip throughout the entire day. And after a while, yeah, you'll get a little bit of a burn from it, but it's not too bad. It's a natural, so it's not gonna rock your shit like wintergreen or mint will, of course. But yeah, it's not too bad. Pinchability, again with the packability thing, it's the same. You can if you pack it in the refillable can, you can literally, if you pack it full and then take it and just pack it 2 or 3 times, you can literally put your hand in there and pull pretty much the entire can of dip out, and it stays together just fine. I mean, the shit's like, even chewing tobacco, it doesn't clump up as much as this stuff does. It's ridiculous. It's very unique for a dip, because most dips, especially when you get into fine cuts, Copenhagen snuff especially, I mean, it's the finest cut dip out there, but usually you grab a pinch, and before you throw it in, you usually lose a little bit, and your fingers usually falls on the floor, back into the can, whatever. But this stuff, I mean, has no problem pinching together and staying together. So nicotine, Stokers in general is a little bit higher on nicotine than some out there, but I'm not feeling anything. I usually don't anymore anyway. I don't usually get buzzes except from Cope Snuff, which I've mentioned before, but I don't really get a buzz. But if you're dipping a lot of Skull, or you want to dip in a lot of kayak, I don't know anyone who really dips a lot of kayak. Actually, I do know someone. The store I work at back in Knoxville, this black guy, I'm not being racist here, but he's a black guy. He lives I live in the neighborhood right behind my store, so I could walk to my store in 2 minutes pretty much. And he lives I don't know, 6 or 7 houses down. And he used to come, well, I still do every now and then, but I'd work out at the Gas and Go, which is our little gas station type thing. And he would come out there and he would buy kayak wintergreen. Most of the time long cut, but sometimes all we would have is fine cut winter. The only kayak we had was fine cut and long cut wintergreen. That was it. And sometimes you even get kayak fine cut wintergreen. I don't know how he does it, but if you're going to dip in a lot of that, then you probably will get a buzz, or Skull, and you probably will get a buzz from Stoker's Natural. But you're going to dip in a lot of Copenhagen, or especially Grizzly. I know there's a lot of you hardcore Grizz Green fans out there. That stuff it's like dipping nicotine. It's like they grow a nicotine plant, and you're dipping that pretty much. But that's because of a lot of its filler tobacco. Yeah, Brazilian tobacco seems to have more nicotine than American tobacco, and the Grizzly Wintergreen is 30% Brazilian tobacco. So, but yeah, I mean, if you've been dipping Skull or any of that really weak shit, then yeah, you're probably gonna get a buzz off this stuff. But again, I don't feel anything, so not bad. I mean, I know nicotine's still pumping into me, but I don't feel it. So, what else? The spit. This is also where Stoker's is very unique from other natural dips. It produces a lot of spit. A lot of other natural dips, Copenhagen Long Cut, Grizzly 1900, Copenhagen Extra Long Cut Natural, stuff like that. I mean, they're still juicy. They're not dry, but natural dips are generally drier than wintergreens, mints, any of the fruit flavors, straights, anything like that. So, but Stokers, I mean, this stuff will make you spit black, and it makes you spit quite a bit too, even though it isn't natural. It's definitely no slacker when it comes to spit. So, let's see, shout outs. As always, I don't, no one's commented on my videos so far, so I don't have any people that I don't know of who are in the YouTube community to shout out. So I just have my usual ones: Mudjug 1, Outlaw Dipper, Live to Thrill TV, Chris Dips 1, C Nash X, Joey Let's Dip in 94, Tennessee Dipper, Rocky Top Dipper, Michigan Dipper BSR, and I think that's about it. I think that covers them all. So, like, you guys go check them out if you haven't already. I'm sure you have, just because if you're part of the dipping, if you've been around the dipping community, even if you don't make dip videos, even if you just watch them, then you probably know a lot of these guys. So, make sure to check them all out. They have great videos. A lot of them are funny as hell, especially Outlaw, man. Outlaw, that guy just cracks me up. Like, my favorite video of his, and might get hate for this, but I don't really care about hate. You guys can hate all you want. I don't really care, I don't need any more friends. I'm cool with having more friends. So if you guys, if you guys do like my videos, cool, then we can be friends. But if I don't make any more, that's cool too. I have a decent amount, so you can hate all you want. But favorite Outlaw Dipper video was the Copenhagen pouches video, and I don't dip pouches a whole lot, but usually I only do those if I'm at work or something like that. But his pouches video, mainly for the Mudjug minute. If you've watched Outlaw before, a lot of his videos have Mudjug minutes where he'll cut away and it'll be some just funny little skit, or he'll do parodies of songs, different songs, just random stuff. It's always funnier than hell. And Copenhagen Pouch, when he talks about the Spit Bud, which is another spittoon out there that's trying to compete with Mudjug, but I don't think they can compete because, one, Mudjugs are made in the USA, unlike Spit Bud that's made in China, just like every other fucking plastic product, pretty much every other fucking product we have here in America made in China. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, they have at the bottom of the Spit Bud, they have the little can holder, and it also cracks your can if you rotate it. Well, don't be a little bit. You don't need a fucking can cracker. Just get this one's open, of course, but get your fucking thumbnail in there, push it in the fucking seal right under the lid, flip it upside down so you can get under the lid and you know where it's at, so you don't have to sit here and try and do all this bullshit. Get under the lid, crack it, you're done. Pack you a lip and you're good. That's all you need to fucking do. You don't need a knife or any of that bullshit, or a can cracker they call it at the bottom of the spit, but you don't need that shit. And so I'm gonna kind of reiterate gonna kind of digress here, but I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff that Outlaw talks about when he talks about the Spit Bud in his Mudjug minute. If you want a spitter that will never give you a problem and will solve all your needs and will look nice and won't be a nasty fucking bottle or can or cup or something where people can see the spit and see all the nasty turds in there and shit, you get one of these. They're made in America. They're always going to be made in America, at least I hope. But as long as Mudjug 1 is still the president, they're always going to be made in America. I know he's not going to be like most of these other companies who outsource to fucking all these cheap countries where they can, they can promote cheap labor and all that shit. So they're made in America. They're a great product, you know. And Outlaw talks about how if you squeeze a spit bud, the funnel pops off, and that'll end up making it spill everywhere, which don't want that. You can squeeze this thing. I mean, you can squeeze this thing hard as fuck, and this funnel doesn't even look like it's about to come off. Like, it doesn't move whatsoever. And you know, you can tip it upside down. You can tip it upside down. Won't spill. You know, you don't see it. You don't see the spit. You don't. You know, they're smell resistant. I mean, if you keep them full of spit and you know leave them in your car during the hot summer, then yeah, they're probably gonna smell a little bit, unless you've been dipping mint. If you dip mint, no matter what the situation is, and you spit mint in here, even if you spit the turds in here, it'll smell fucking great the whole time. Or peach, skull peach. If you spit a lot of skull peach in here, it smells peachy the whole time. It's pretty cool. But you know, if you're more a fan of natural dips and you leave this sitting in your car in the hot summer, yeah, it's gonna fucking stink to high heaven. Your whole car's gonna smell like shit. But all you gotta do, clean some bitch out. It's that easy. It's not hard. You know, it's just like cleaning a dish. You know, Mud Jug 1 mentions that you can put these in the dishwasher, but I don't think I'd ever put it in the dishwasher. Maybe with the black one, but with the special edition ones that have the film on them and all the designs and shit, I would worry about that, like the dishwasher like messing that up and warping it and making it look bad. So all you gotta do is take it to the sink. I actually usually empty mine in the toilet and then take it to the sink and rinse out the funnel, rinse out the inside, wipe down the funnel a little bit. Sometimes I'll wipe the funnel with some soap, but usually just wipe it with a paper towel. Just rinse it, wipe it with a paper towel, and then I'll wipe the inside with soap, put soap in there, wipe it down, rinse it back out. It's clean. It's that simple. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes. I know, God forbid you gotta spend 2 or 3 minutes of your life cleaning out a mud jug, but it's really that simple, you know. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it, and it'll be clean. So, you know, it's no big deal at all. Just do it. It'll take you a couple minutes, and then you have a nice clean mud jug to spit in. It won't be full. You won't have spit coming up all the way up into the funnel right here and shit, because you know that just looks nasty. Just like makes it to where it's pretty much just like you're spitting in a bottle. So, but yeah, get a mud jug if you haven't already. Get one, because you will not be let down. They have some sick designs. I only have 2 mud jugs. This one and this one came free, of course. I have the lock and load mud jug in my car, and it has the guns. It has AR-15s. It has some other kind of maybe hunting rifle of some sort. Has grenades on it. Has shell casings. Has magazines. It's a badass mud jug, and they have all kinds of other ones too that are really badass. So get over there. They're not that expensive, you know. If you get limited edition ones, they're $40, $39.98 on their website. And they say that the limited edition comes with a free black, but I'm kind of an analytical kind of guy. You know, I like to break everything down and convert it to actual numbers. So what I see with the free black coming with any limited edition is paying $20 for the black and $20 for the limited edition. That's how I see it. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to call it free, but in my eyes, if you're calling the black mud jug free, that means you're paying $40 just to have the limited edition one. So that's just how I look at it. I don't know if any of you do, but that's just me. So you won't be disappointed with these. I know I've said that a lot, but I guarantee it, they're one of the best products on the market today for sure. As far, in the dipping community, of course. I mean, there are other uses for them. Darcy mentions that in a couple of his videos, that different scenarios where these can come in handy, but and there's no age verification for this because of the fact that, they're used for other things, mostly for, dipping or chewing, smokeless tobacco, but there are other uses. There's no age verification. You can be, he says it in his videos, you can be 2 years old. And if you know how to operate a computer and you can get your hands on a credit card or something, then you can buy one. So it doesn't matter how old you are, you can buy one. And I don't know if it's like that in they have some stores. Mudjug website has a store locator list where you can look at. They have different stores, and pretty much every state in the country has at least one store, but that sells them. And so if you do that, if you buy a limited edition from a store, you're not going to get the free black with it. But then you don't have to pay for shipping. So I guess it's whatever you want to do. So. And it might, if you get it, a lot of the places that carry them are tobacco stores. In fact, I think pretty much all of the stores on the store locator are some form of tobacco store. Some of them might be gas stations, but most of them are tobacco stores. So they might ask you for an ID to buy one from there, but if you buy it from the website, like I said, you can be 2 years old and fucking buy one if you know how. But so yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. If you can, get you some Stoker's long cut natural. I haven't had the fine cut of this. The fine cut of any Stokers actually. I'm kind of interested to see what that's like, because I mean, this long cut pinches together so well, and it's extremely long cut, of course, even more than Copenhagen Natural has the extra long cut. I don't really even see that being more long cut than Copenhagen Wintergreen long cut, Copenhagen Black long cut, straight, any of those. I mean, it's longer than Copenhagen long cut original, but be interested in trying the fine cut, because I don't know how that would pinch well, because I mean it comes in the tubs like this. You can get it in the tubs, but have to see what that's like sometime, I guess. But yeah, if you can get your hands on it, it's good. A great dip for a fair price. Bobby Stoker. He's not lying when he says that, at least in Tennessee. So and it is 100% U.S. tobacco, unlike a lot of cheap dips out there. It is full American grown tobacco, so it comes from Kentucky, grown in Kentucky. But so yeah, get your hands on it if you can. Good stuff. Guess that's it for this review. Take care. See you in the next one.